is as always.
Yep.
Go ahead and find a comfortable seat. I'm gonna put my earbuds on here.
And yeah, oh, so Jeannie and I are leading our retreat in Italy, and I've been getting back into the rasas a little bit. And today we're just gonna evoke and bring into our practice the rasa of wonder, of astonishment. And I was actually out last night on an evening hike because Kieran had some basketball at Boulder High, and I went on my old hike right behind my old house, and I was actually quite astonished by the beauty right after that big rain, and it was green, and I felt like it was almost a little tropical. I also had a little heartbreak happening because I was behind my old house, and you know how that is. It's a little like nostalgia, yeah. And anyway, I was really just basking in this energy of wonder, and so we can bring that into our practice today. Any ways in which you've been experiencing that, and the outer is always a great reflection for that. But ultimately, it's that wonder of what's awakening within us that we can explore on our mats. So the wonder of we'll just settle in here and call in sort of the wonder of just being in this body, right? And just taking a moment to rest the shoulders, rest the sitting bones, and feel actually the layers of fascia from the most superficial all the way into the deepest layers of fascia in the body. And how this fascial internet, I like to call it, is really connecting everything together. It's holding our bodies together. It's this sort of web of communication through the body. So go ahead and find a couple of full and extended breaths, just simply arriving here in this wonder of your body. I just had this thought of John Mayer, your body is a wonderland. So let's bring that in today. And we'll draw the hands together, Anjali Mudra. And we'll exhale the breath all the way to the tail end, feeling the base, the root, the earth. Take a nice big breath in, filling up the lungs, the heart. One more from the belly. And on the exhalation, we'll take a slight bow towards the heart, to the body. And release the hands. And let's inhale, let the eyes open. We'll just do a gentle twist here. Hi, Sarah, glad you're back. So we'll twist to the left. And with every inhale, just finding the length up through the front of the spine. Every exhale, deepening the twist. And one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. And then switching sides. Oh. And infusing the breath right deep into the spine. Inhale. And exhale. And taking 2 or 3 more breaths here. Good, and then release it. And let's make our way over onto our hands and knees. I did the T. Do you ever do this? The T? T? That way I can move in all directions. Great. So let's come into a couple of cat cows, spreading open the fingers. Inhale, arched back. Exhale, curl and round. And move slow enough, right? So you can really feel through the sensations. Inhaling and exhale. And then inhale. Just know this about fascia, that if you're opening one area, it's affecting another. And then we'll take it into a couple of spirals here, whatever movement feels good in your body. And again, if you notice yourself kind of moving, going through the motions, just slow it down a touch and feel that just amazement of the body, all the sensations, all the ways in which it moves, feels, breathes. Great. And then let's come back to neutral. We'll take a big step forward with the hands and slide back into puppy pose. Bring lots of puppy, doggy energy today. Take a few breaths here. And again, just warming up, inhaling. Exhale. And then you can stay low here and walk your hands over to the right. And play with the reach from the left fingertips out through the left sitting bone, opening that whole side waistline, side body. Great, and then walk it over to the other side. And not only just the wonder of your body, but how your body relates in space, right? How it connects into gravity, the pull of gravity, the lightness of air. Great, and inhale, come back to center, and let's do a couple of hip openers, stepping the left foot forward. And then inhale, come on up, interlace the hands, stretch the arms up. Just doing a couple of side stretches here. And just feel that nice opening through the psoas, especially on the right side. Yeah. I'm just gonna bask in the pleasure of our bodies moving. And then inhale, reach it up, and exhale. Hands come down. Let's go ahead and scoot the foot to the left, and we'll bring the hands down here inside the foot. And you can just take some circles in the hips, or if you want to come down a little lower, you're welcome to. I just feel like when we're opening up the spine and any kind of back bends, we always want to just do a little opening and grounding through the hips too. Good. And then we'll step it back from here onto all fours. Let's come into our first downward dog, walking the hands slightly forward of the shoulders, and come on up. And you can play here just with stretching, moving, arriving here in your body and staying in the curiosity. Right? Even if you meet sort of blockages or sensations that might feel like pain, be curious. What's the body communicating? Rather than making anything wrong, right? We'll follow our next exhale all the way out. Look between the hands, right foot forward. And come on down. And then inhale. Take the opposite clasp of the hands, reach the arms up. Oh, and breathe. Explore. Explore the landscape inside your body. And then on your next exhale, both hands down inside the foot. You can scoot your foot to the right. And then either just sinking in here for a few breaths, or you can sway the hips. Do what feels good this morning. Yeah. Bella's reminding us we can lounge a little bit. It's summertime. No need to push our way through the heat, right? Okay. Great. And last breath here. And then we'll make our way back up and we'll slide our way back to downward facing dog. Stretching back through the hips. Great. And then let's nice and slowly walk our way all the way up to the top of our mats. And looking up halfway, straighten the spine long, exhale, fold forward. And then lead with your heart, sweep the arms wide and inhale, come on up. Good, look at your thumbs. And on the exhale, just swim your way back onto your plumb line. Okay, and then let's separate the feet, hip distance apart. So we wanna hear, in fact, if you have a block, you can take your block, give it a little squeeze. This is really important as we go into back bend, any kind of back bends, right? So we're gonna take the block and squeeze the block so you're activating this inner line of the legs and then push it back behind you. Okay, then once you have that action, you're gonna let your tailbone, like there's a little tiny weight hanging down off the tail. Yeah, and then reach back, interlace the hands, open the chest big, and exhale, fold forward. And keep squeezing that block, or if you want to take it out, you're welcome to. And breathe. How's that feel, Val? Stabilizing? Yeah. Good, and then inhale, coming up. And then we can hold on to that block, or just hold on if it's an imaginary block. Place your hands on your lower back, right on your sacrum with the fingertips up. We're gonna lift up through the sides of the waist and go back. So now you wanna keep that block squeezing, tailbone rooting. So there's a sense of lifting. Another key point as we go into back bends. You can open up the palms here. And just like you're taking a sip of that wonder of life, just open up the heart space. Taking a sip of that sunset or the green, lush earth. Good, and then exhale, again, fold forward. Uttanasana. Great, and then we're gonna take that block out and inhale, look up. And exhale, step the left leg back into a lunge. And bring the back knee down to the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Let's take a cactus with the arms. Yeah, so you can inhale, sweep the arms up and just sew the ribs in. You're gonna knit the ribs in. And then exhale, bottom tips of the shoulder blades come down and in as you look up. One more time, inhale. Just gonna round the back and knit those ribs in. Good, and then keep that as you exhale, open the upper back. Okay, and then you can take an extra breath or two here. Palms are open. There's a soft, relaxed face. Good, and inhale, reach back up. Good, exhale, hands come down. Lift the back leg. Let's go ahead and step back into plank pose. Inhale here. And then exhale, knees to the floor, lower down, Ashtanga Pranam. Inhaling, come into a baby cobra. So we're just gonna move slow this morning in the back bend routine. Exhale, lower, and just touch the forehead to the earth. Set the shoulders back and down again. Inhale, rise up. Little more of a cobra. All toes spreading. Exhale. Tap the forehead. One more full cobra here. Inhale. And exhale, lower. Great. And we'll press back into our puppy pose just to remind us that we don't need to overwork this morning. You want to find that sweet balance. Staying curious and in that place of wonder and joy. Feel the bones, feel the blood starting to pump through all the muscles, all the motion in the joints, bringing health to the joints. Great, and then inhale, we'll slide the hands forward a little more and exhale, downward facing dog. Just take 5 breaths here. Ujjayi breath, so see if you can hear the sweet sound, similar to that sound of the ocean, the waves coming in and out. And last, inhale. Exhale. All the way out. Good, left foot forward. And that back knee to the floor. And inhale into cactus. So like there's a wall right in front of you. You're gonna cup the hands, suction cup the hands, and then bend the elbows. And inhale, pull the lower ribs in and open the back, the kidneys. And then exhale. So you're gonna find that balance here. One more inhale, pulsing the arms up, looking in towards the heart. Exhale. Really draw the shoulder blades, bottom tips down and in. That's gonna open the heart a little more. Smile. Good, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come back to earth. And we'll step all the way forward, looking up halfway. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, Uttanasana, ground down. Lead with your heart, inhale. Reach the arms to the sky. So feel the roots of the feet into earth. And exhale, the hands come right down to the heart space. And let's just take a moment here, eyes closed. And just take a moment to bring in that rasa of wonder, rasa of astonishment, curiosity. What are you curious about here in your body on your mat? Yeah. The aliveness, the pulsing, wakefulness inside the body, the heart beating, blood pumping. Take a deep breath in. And let the eyes open, softly release the arms. Let's move through Surya Namaskar. I think I need to adjust my screen a wee bit. Yes. Good. And then inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Look to the thumbs. Exhale, up and over. Deep bow, pubic bone slides back. Inhale, lift up halfway. Good, exhale, we'll step back to plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the knees, and we're just going to glide back here. Hips come back into child's pose. Touch the earth with the forehead. Inhale, Ashtanga Pranam is going to take you right into Cobra. Slide and glide your way through, heart open, elbows in, exhale, lower. Tuck the toes under and press back in your own way, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. And just start with that open, soft feeling in your body and your joints. Letting go of any need to get somewhere or achieve anything. Just simply being with your body, being present. Wake up the tips of the fingers, the tips of the toes. Find a soft smile across the face. And take a full breath all the way out. You feel Mula Bandha slightly tone, look between the hands. You can either hop or step forward. Inhaling, look up halfway. And exhale, fold, bow. Plug those feet into the earth. Inhale, leading with your heart. Reach your arms all the way up to the sky, look to your thumbs. And exhale, bring the thumbs right along the plumb line. Keep going. Inhale. So again, basking in your body's innate wisdom, the movement. Inhale, halfway left, shoulders roll back. Exhale, hop or step. Go right into Chaturanga Dandasana. Leading with your heart, you can come into Cobra or Upward Dog that feels good in your body. Exhale, press back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 5 steady Ujjayi breaths. So on the inhale, can you feel the expansion between the ribs, the heart, the lungs, diaphragm? On the exhale, can you feel the softening of the tissues, grounding of the heels? And we'll follow our next breath to the tail end. Look up between the hands, lightly hop or step. You can play with the light hips here. Inhale and exhale, fold. And plug the feet in, lead with your heart. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, swim right onto your plumb line. Let's do one more Surya Namaskar A here. Inhale. Take in the fullest breath possible. Exhale, breathe out, ride that wave. Pubic bone glides back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or hop. Chaturanga Dandasana. Lead with your heart as you inhale, shoulders back. And exhale, press back down dog. Open and soften for a breath. Yeah. You want to feel as though you're stabilizing the joints by hugging the muscles right into the bones. So we draw the shoulder blades down the back, hug the quad muscles in. And you can still imagine you've got that block right between your thighs. You're squeezing in, pressing back. And at the very bottom of your next breath, look between your hands. Hop or step forward. Inhaling, halfway up. Exhale, fold in. And plug those 4 corners of your feet as you rise back up. Inhale. And exhale, let's swim the arms down by our sides. And let's come here into Anahatasana. So we'll take our hands on our lower back again. And then root down through the legs. You want to still find that balance of inner thighs back, tailbone rooting. Right? So pubic bone and tailbone are trying to find one another in the center. Then you go up into the back bend. Where we get in trouble is where we start pushing the thighs forward because it crunches the lower back. So we want to stay extended in the spine. So you just take a couple of breaths here. Go to your edge. It doesn't matter where that is. You find that loop of the shoulders. You can even take the hands and open them up and circle the shoulders back. Kind of a fun little Anusara thing, right, Jeannie? Good. Open the throat, last breath here. And then exhale, we'll go into forward fold. Bow forward. Beautiful. Inhale to a halfway lift. And then from here, let's pick up the left leg and stretch it straight back. Walk the hands so they're right underneath your chest. And just pause here for a moment. Squeeze the inner thighs. Lift up through the belly. And just find your core for a moment here. And if it feels good, you can take the arms out into Dikasana. The belly lifts, heart opens. Good, and then exhale, bend the knee and step all the way back into a lunge. And from here, we'll inhale, bring the hands up onto the thighs, so high lunge. You're welcome to keep that back knee down if that's better for you. Okay. Yeah. And then we'll inhale the arms up, take the hands and cup them behind the head here. Okay, so if we're not careful here, the lower back can really crunch. So you can take a little bow forward. And again, knit those ribs in. It's actually opening up the kidneys. Yeah. And then when you go back up into the back bend, try not to lose that knitting of the ribs. Yes, good. Heads of the arm bones go back, heart opens. Go to your edge and breathe. Feel the beauty of that edge. Good, everyone, and exhale. Bow forward, left hand down. We'll take it into a twist here, right arm up to the sky. 5 breaths. Keep pulling the outer right hip back and scooping the sitting bone under. So you're actually wrapping the flesh of the right buttocks under as you open up the chest. Deep breaths. Inhale, lengthening the spine, opening through the crown. Exhale, gently twisting the heart open. And then watch if you're overdoing it and can you open to the wonder, open to the softness, curiosity. Exhale, release the hands. We'll step back into downward dog. I'm gonna give you guys a choice. You can either just rest it here, take a child's pose, or move through Vinyasa. You just see what your body is guiding you. I'm gonna stay here, catch my breath. We get to listen to the wisdom of the body. That's just amazing that we get to have that information. Good, we'll exhale all the way from downward dog, looking between the hands. Step your left forward. And if you like to modify, bring your back knee down. Otherwise, inhale, crescent lunge, reach the arms up and take that opposite clasp of your hands. Yeah, and start with a bow here. Bow forward and from your pelvis, root down into your feet. So get nice and stable in your lower body. Good, and then knitting those ribs in. We're gonna inhale, slowly open up the chest, heart, curl back. Don't go beyond your edge. Right? Find that sweet balance. Couple of breaths, really beautiful. Nice. And then on the exhale, release the arms, set your right hand inside the foot, left arm up to the sky. Yeah, and just pause for a moment, pulling the outer left hip back, scoop the sitting bone under. Good, and then start to open the pose, open the heart. Breathe. So good to be in the body, just to move through the stuckness, the places we limit ourselves, just opening, breathing. And then exhale, release, and slide and glide back. Again, your choice. If you need a rest, child's pose, you can stay here in downward dog or move through vinyasa. We'll just meet together in downward facing dog. And downward dog, we'll just take a few walking of our dogs with the legs. Great. Good, and then plug your hands into the earth, walk the feet together, and inhale, sweep your right leg to the sky. So you want to find the stabilizing here first. So hug those inner thighs like you're hugging the block. Then bend the knee and open without collapsing the left shoulder. So you want to keep the shoulder blades on the back, shoulders level as you open the hip. Get into that psoas a little bit. Feel free to move your foot around in some circles. Good, and then on the exhale, look between your hands, step all the way through to a lunge, and turn the back heel down to the floor. And then we're gonna come into our hips again. So we'll walk our hands way out in front. Okay, and you wanna move your pubic bone back so you get that inner rotation, the spiraling of the hips in. Yeah, sticking the butt way out. Just breathe here. There's certain poses, probably for each of us, that just feel like yummy, right? You just want to kind of hang out. Good. And then from here, you can walk the hands in toward the inner foot. Plant that right hand down onto the ground and open the left arm to the sky. You can actually open your right shoulder into the leg, kind of resisting each other a little bit here. And then those of you who want to go a little further, you're welcome to wrap, take bound, Parshvakonasana here. So you see what works best for you, okay? Yeah. Great. Go to your edge, good stuff. One more big breath. Exhale all the way out. Let's release. Let's just go over to the other side, but we'll pause in the middle and just hang out here for a couple breaths. Another yumminess, moment of yumminess. Yeah, I like what Jeannie's doing. Arms out in front and just getting that side body open. Gorgeous. Yes. Great. Actually, I think just for routine wise, we're going to go back to downward dog. Excellent. And in downward dog, we'll bring our feet together and then we'll inhale the left leg up to the sky, one-legged dog. So plug those finger pads in pretty strong. So the center of the palm is almost like a suction cup, and that's going to help set the shoulder blades on the back. So armpits lift. Then you're going to bend your knee, open your hip to the sky. Go to that sweet edge. And play, be curious inside the body. It's another one of the rasas, playfulness, curiosity. Good. And great, and then on the exhale, step all the way through to a lunge. Turn that back foot down and walk your hands way out in front of your left foot. So you're in a lunge with your left leg. Let me just face you guys on mine here. Yeah. So you're in a lunge here, walking the hands out. And again, just play with the pubic bone moving back and feel that whole opening in the inner groin, pelvic floor. Great, and then we'll inhale, walk the hands in, place your left hand inside your foot, right arm up to the sky. Yeah. If it feels hard, like it does for me on this side, I've got some restriction in this hip, just back off a little bit. Even if the pose doesn't look quite as pretty, just back off to that place where you can meet the edge without tensing, gripping. Yeah. Good, and then exhale. If you want to take the bound, go for it. Otherwise, a couple more breaths. You got this. Stay with it. Oh yeah, and if you need to back off a little, just do. And then on the exhale, we'll release and we're just gonna walk back to feet parallel and hang out here. Yes. Breathe deeply. Beautiful. Take one more exhalation. And on the inhale, walk your hands out. And let's walk all the way back to the front of our mats. Downward facing dog. Great. Inhale, slide your chest forward. Exhale, lower all the way down, either with the knees down or straight legs. And just for a moment, come into the full pranam. It's just a lovely pose here with the arms stretched fully out, forehead resting on the floor. So use just enough effort here to open your body fully. Like get as long as you can. And then bring a little of that Bella energy in, the doggy lounging summer dog, right? And breathe. Just take another 2 breaths here. I always love taking this pose as an opportunity to just let go of any unnecessary garbage, right? And unnecessary baggage that you are not needing to carry around anymore. And maybe you know exactly what that is. And you can just take a moment and give it to the great recycler, the earth. Good, and then we'll slowly take the hands and bring them by our sides and come into teepee upward dog or cobra. So hands right by the chest, teepee the fingers, loop the shoulders back a couple of times, and then inhale. When you're ready, come on up, but all 10 toes. You can move your head a little side to side. Yeah. Good, and one more breath in the middle. Big breath in, exhale, lower. And we'll take the hands and press back into child's pose, knees apart, feet together, resting, full rest. Good. Great, everyone. And then inhale, let's come back up and we'll slide our way back. I know it's tempting to just like want to stay. Let's do a little more work in our bodies. So walk the feet together, right leg to the sky. Inhale. And then on the exhale, step through to high lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Get into a twist. Exhale, open the arms wide. We'll take the left elbow, hook it around the right knee. Yeah. And then fold your hands at your heart. For this first variation, radiate from the pelvis, reach out through the feet and legs. Yeah, and then if you want to take it a little deeper, you're welcome to go into bound or left hand down to the floor, right arm to the sky. You just feel where your edge is today. Yeah. Every in breath, we breathe more space between the vertebrae into the tissues. Every exhale, opening, softening. One more inhale. Exhale, twisting it out. Release the hands. Good, everyone. Let's bring that back knee to the floor. And then we'll stay in this twist, at this time taking hold of your foot. If your foot's not available, it's okay. You're just gonna take it into this more open twist. If you do have your foot, you wanna scissor the legs in towards each other. Create a little resistance there. And then open it up. Good, so the side body is long. Head to the arm bones back as you look all the way over to the right. Soft side drishti, parshva drishti. Soften your gaze. And then on the exhale, release. Good, let's pick it up and we'll slide back to downward dog. Great, and then inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through to a lunge. Inhale, woo. Bring it up. Sweep the arms up. You guys are doing great. Exhale, open to the left. Hook your right arm outside the knee. You can always have the back leg down if you need to. You guys know how to modify. Yeah. And then from your pelvis, you want to root down through the feet. And that'll help you open more in your spine. Inhale through the crown. Exhale, twist. Stay with your breath. I might have had a little coffee this morning. Exhale, release. Back knee down. You guys doing okay with it? Yeah, okay. So we'll set the right hand down and your choice. You can either take it into a nice big open twist or bend that back leg, take your foot. Just do a little isometric move here where you're hugging in towards midline. And then from there, opening, curling back. Especially that left shoulder rolls back, throat open. And if you haven't done yoga in a while, just feel like, oh, the beauty of coming back into the body, even if it feels hard and challenging. And then exhale, release, beautiful. Glide your way back, downward facing dog, and just stretch back. Move your hips a little bit, your head. Great, let's come down onto our bellies again. And this time I'll take Shalabhasana, arms by our sides. And you can spread all 10 toes here. And then let's just do a little setup. So the thigh bones roll in, tailbone reaches towards the heels. And so you get that nice length in the lumbar spine. And then inhale, lift your head and chest, legs and feet. Try not to lose that inner rotation, inner and outer spiral, right? Yeah. And breathe. And then you can take the hands by the navel, Shalabhasana B. Maybe coming up even a little higher. Neck is long here, eyes are soft. I find that if you've got yoga in your body, you can always come back, even after taking some time. And then exhale, lower. Let's reach back. Actually, not yet. Not there yet. Let's come up onto our forearms. The great Sphinx. This is such a good, it's so subtle, this pose, but it can be so deep. Yeah. How are we doing out there? Everybody okay? I think you'd tell me if you're not, so good. All right, so sink and melt your heart here. Shoulders roll back and just use the forearms to take your chest through the gates of the arms. So you're just gonna stay really curious about the inner, more subtle movements here. And if you'd like to go a little deeper, bend your left knee, and then you can take a hold of the left foot and pull the heel in towards the outer hip. So this is just a little deeper of a quad stretch. You see where you're at, and those of you who want to go deeper can come up onto the right hand, which I'm not going to do on this side. Yeah. Good. And I always find it helpful to gaze off the opposite shoulder just to get the shoulder more open, side body. And we'll switch sides. Yes. So, and you can just stay in the Sphinx if you're doing that one. Back to your breathing, nice Ujjayi breath. Infusing the shape of the pose with your breath. Makes a really big difference in the fascia. And then exhale, release. Let's just take a moment here with the forehead resting on the hands and shimmy the hips. Maybe even just feeling the legs roll within the hip joints. Yeah. And then press back with your hands, and we'll come into, let's see where we are timing wise. Oh, we're good. Okay, great. Let's come back into downward facing dog here. Open up the soles of the feet, stretch long through the spine. Good, and let's look up between the hands and step the right foot forward. And we'll turn the back heel, back foot about 45 degrees out. And you can have your block here if it's helpful, out in front of your foot. So we're just gonna come into Parsvottanasana. So plug the left big toe mound in to the floor and then pull the outer right hip back. Yeah, once you have that stability, you can inhale, lift the belly, chest forward. And this is the pose here. If you want to stay here, this is a great version of it. Otherwise, you can fold in. Parsvottanasana. As you inhale, breathe space into the sides of the ribs. As you exhale, soften and drop in. And those of you who want to take it into Parivritta Trikonasana, you're welcome to use the block or not. And place the hand either inside or outside the foot. It's a little easier on the inside. I always like to clip the right hip back with my thumb and open up the chest. Good, and then take the arm up. So try not to clench your feet. It's really easy to do here. You want to keep the feet open, all those bones, right? Working, adapting. Body truly is a wonder. If you really check in. It's gotten a little sluggish these last couple of years, all of us. It's okay, we just wake it back up. And then exhale, release. And we're gonna go over to the other side from here. You can take your block with you if you've got your block. Yeah, Parshvottanasana. So just squaring up the hips to begin with. Anchor the left big toe mound and feel that connection from the left big toe all the way up to the outer hip, pulling back. Inhale, full breath, lift, lengthen, extend. And if you want to stay here, that's fine. Otherwise, hands down and fold. Stay curious about the different sensations. Maybe there's tightness. Maybe there's a little cramping, a little pain, a little resistance. Just stay curious. Pain is often just the body giving us information. We stay in that wonder. And if you like to take it into Parivritta-Trikonasana, go for it. You can also just stay here, which is just lovely. And if you're doing Parivritta-Trikonasana, the right hand comes inside or outside the foot. Keep that outer left hip clipping back. It's almost like the hips are hugging towards each other, stabilizing. Just a couple of full breaths. Extended breath here. You guys are doing great. Yes. So let your weight go a little more into the front leg. So bringing, yes. There you go, Val. I would work on this first before you twist open. Yes. And then exhale, look down, release. Good work, you guys. And then we're just gonna slide our way back to downward dog from here. That was our last standing pose. Good. Half pigeon. So we'll take the right knee and bring it between the hands. Find your sweet spot. Yeah, keep that right foot a little bit active, right? So that you avoid any knee discomfort. And then inhale a big breath. Excellent. And exhale, walk it out. We'll come down onto our elbows here, or yeah, feel free to use the block. Always a nice little support for the head, forearms. And you get to actually let go a little more in this pose. It's let gravity do the deeper work. Deepen into your breath. Enjoy the fullness of the inhalation. Opening up all those little crevices inside the tissues, the joints. Exhalation. Release fully, surrender. Drop the unnecessary effort. Perhaps even resting your jaw another layer, letting go of any residual tension in the face. And then we're going to walk the hands over to the left and place the right elbow down. Do a little bit of a twist here. So palms come together. Yeah. Just rooting down through the right elbow to get a little opening and twist. Eyes look all the way over to the side, Parshvadrashti. Release it. Good. And why not? Let's do one more little quad stretch. And if you want to do a mermaid, this is a great opportunity. I can't do it on this side anymore, but if you want to try, you can place the foot in the eye of the elbow and maybe hook the arms. Yeah. Yes. And then exhale, gently release, and let's switch sides. And the left knee comes forward. Just find that sweet spot. And take a big breath in, opening the front line of the spine, and exhale. And we'll walk it out. I love this pose, just really can feel our way in. When you come to that first edge, just breathe, wait. Oh. So just a few more breaths here. Letting the jaw relax another layer. Palate, forehead. And then on the inhalation, just very slowly walk your way over into the twist here. So you can set your left elbow in front of your foot, hands pulled at the heart. And just this is just a nice little bonus pose. Take some long breaths here, lengthening through your spine. And exhale, twisting, eyes all the way to the right. And then release. Okay, and then let's take ourselves back to downward dog. Just feel for a moment the freedom and openness in your whole pelvic girdle, hips, and how that really affects your spine. Yeah. So let's come down onto our knees. And we'll take it into Us. Oh, you guys are still there. Look at you. Did I forget that? I forgot one. I'm glad you guys took care of yourselves. What's that? I know. All right, let's take it into Ustrasana. So it's a good one to just be aware of where your pelvis is, Val, here, because if the hips go too far forward and the thighs start to turn out, you can really feel it. So roll these thighs in, drop the tail, and you want to lift up on Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. You can take this awesome banker's pose from our teacher, Richard Freeman used to teach this, and lift. And then I have also been playing with this, arms out and doing some big circles in my shoulders and then going back. So this might be your pose, or if you feel like you can come back onto your heels, go for it. Find your pose. Yeah, there you go, Sarah. Yes. Beautiful. Now to come out, you finish your breath, find Mula Bandha and lead with your heart. Inhale. Exhale, sit back on your heels, rest your hands, and just enjoy the breath. Yeah. And back bends always give us this internal sense of opening, awe, a little bit of wonder, of feeling more expansiveness. And then we'll come onto our backs from here. Yeah. Knees bend. Great. So bring your feet about a little, maybe even a little slightly wider than hip distance. Feet are parallel. Keep those nice natural curves in your spine. We're going to go up into the bridge pose. So lift the hips. You can interlace the hands here, walk the shoulders straight in. Try not to hold any tension in your throat. Keep the chin neutral. Yeah. And then find the inner line of your legs and just wake it up. Wake up the inner lines, like you're squeezing or lightly hugging, I like to say, the block. And then you can bring the sacrum in and up a little more. And if you like, you can go right into Urdhva Dhanurasana, bringing the hands by the ears. I'm not going to do it, I don't feel warm enough. So if you feel like Urdhva Dhanurasana, go for it. Otherwise, stay another breath or two in the bridge. Great. And then when you're ready, slowly lowering down. Take a breather. So we're going to do another, and you choose which one is ideal for you. So it can be another one like we just did, bridge pose, Bandha Sarvangasana, but another back bend, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Or if you want to take your block and do supported bridge, you're welcome to do that. And there's some really nice variations you can do here as well. Just tucking your left foot under, and it gives you a really nice quad stretch. I like to just do one at a time and just make sure it doesn't go out to the side. And so you choose. This is a little spontaneous time for you to explore in your back bends. And it doesn't need to be fancy, and it can be fancy. If your body wants to go there today, just let it move as it feels inspired. Yeah. Keeping those principles of alignment just for safety purposes in your body. Okay. Yeah, beautiful. Good. Let's bring your feet a little more parallel. Yeah, there we go. Nice, Julie. Yeah. Beautiful. Great, so last few breaths wherever you are. And then we're going to make our way back out. And once you get onto your back, you're just going to draw your knees into your chest very gently. Start with gentle, actually pull the knees towards the armpits. So we do a little more of a hip opener first. Yeah. Shoulders strip back. Yeah. Then you can give yourself a little squeeze. Yeah. And then we'll bring the left foot down and straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling. You're welcome to use a strap here if you have one. You can just place the strap around the foot. You can also do the option of straightening out your bottom leg to the ground. Okay. Just do a little counterposing for the back bend. Yeah. So the idea is to get the hip, ball of the hip grounding into the socket, which is going to ground the sacrum, stabilize the SI joints. And then you can take the strap with both hands or your leg with one hand and take it out about 45 degrees. The left hand can ground the left thigh. Yeah. Gaze is off the opposite shoulder. Yeah. If you can articulate the foot a little bit. So just waking it up. Samasthiti feet. Inhale, bring it back up, and then take your leg over just 6 inches or so to the other side. Use your thumb, your right thumb, to clip the outer right hip down. I love this for the tensor fascia lata on the outer hip, the fascia out here, my T-band. Good. Inhaling back to center, and we'll just switch out the feet. Yeah. So again, either right leg can either be bent or straight on the floor. Keep the hips level. Breathe. Yes. Where's that balance of effort, right? To stabilize the pose, to align, and letting go, softening, feeling the wonder. Feeling the joy of being in a body. We all get to express our bodies in different ways, right? Let's take the leg out to 45 degrees. The asana is such a beautiful way to express. Ujjayi breath. Inhale, we'll bring it back up and just go 6 inches over, clipping your left hip down away from the shoulder. And then inhale back to center. Let's release the strap. Take one last little hug, drawing everything into the navel center. Curl yourself into a little ball. Okay. And then we'll make our way into our final corpse pose. So gather what you might need. And if there's any one last posture that you feel like you need to do to balance out your practice, you're welcome to. But let's make our way, into Shavasana. Or you can do any kind of restorative pose like that one, Sarah. That's good. Yeah. So wherever you are in this moment, just start to relax your facial muscles, your jaw, any tension in your forehead and around your cranium, especially in the occiput. The shoulders drip back. And all of your muscles softening away from your bones, Yeah, I understand if you have to leave early. I'm going to read you a poem by David White called The Opening of the Eyes. That day I saw beneath dark clouds the passing light over the water, and I heard the voice of the world speak out. I knew then, as I had before, life is no passing memory of what has been, nor the remaining pages in a great book waiting to be read. It is the opening of eyes long closed. It is the vision of far off things seen for the silence they hold. It is the heart, after years of secret conversing, speaking out loud in the clear air. It is Moses in the desert fallen to his knees before the lit bush. It is the man throwing away his shoes as if to enter heaven and finding himself astonished, opened at last, fallen in love with solid ground. So let's, out of the quiet, begin to find some deeper breath. Bringing your awareness to the small miracles of life in this body as you begin to gently stretch the fingers and the toes, the arms overhead, and then bend the knees and roll to one side for a moment. And again, taking in this practice that's enlivened you perhaps today. And then we'll make our way up to a comfortable seat, eyes closed, taking a moment of just devotion, whatever that is, whatever that means to you. Devotion to this body, to this life, to this practice of yours. Namaste. Namaste, blessings. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not sure who's on here. What's that? I know she did. I know the Bella. There's Kim. I was wondering who that was. The Bella. There's Bella. Namaste. And Jeannie. All right. I don't think you're there. Bye.